My final path of 8.1.2. Jesus Christ, this is taking forever. I'm not even gonna lie. This has been done for so long, but I don't know. Anyway, the nodes are, weapon Tesseract, which is basically the same thing as, Red Skull's thing, where if you hit into his block, you're gonna get power burn, you're gonna take damage. In order to disarm the weapon, you have to punish the defender's heavy, and when they're unarmed, you strike their block, the same way you get damaged by the Tesseract, in order to deal 800% more damage, and their block proficiency is reduced by, 100%. And then, of course, you've got Taking Time Bomb, which is always fun to deal with, but honestly, it doesn't really make that much of an appearance anyway. And all it really does is when you perform a parry, you get a fuse charge, and then you strike the block to remove a fuse charge. If you hit 5 fuse charges, you take 25% of your max health as damage, which is, whatever. Just don't parry as much, Or just disarm them. Yeah, but I'm the idiot who didn't realize how to the disarm window is actually pretty... it's pretty generous, but I thought it was like super tight, and so I was like playing out of my mind, just trying not to hit into their block, because I figured, hey, I'm not going to be able to punish this guy's, like, Punisher 99's heavy. I've never been able to like really punish it all that well in terms of like what a normal punish window is like. Not this one. This one's really generous. I didn't realize that till a couple fights in, because I'd be able to dash in from across the screen after they heavy me, and it'd be fine. It would disarm the weapon, and as you can see, here's the Tesseract going into effect. I start getting power burned and taking a crap ton of damage, and then of course I get hit to the face, because once again, this is me just not really knowing how to play Hercules yet. Still learning, but I'm definitely a lot better now than I was before. And see, I'm going for the punish, don't get it right in time, because I'm assuming it's a lot tighter than it actually is, but you have time. Just wait for it to fully finish, and you can just dash in from wherever you are on the screen, it'll count. Thank God. Had I known this earlier, this path would have taken a lot less time, and I would not have spent so much time just baiting specials and heavies in order for openings to open up for me. Especially against Punisher, because this guy, there was no need for me to take this long on him. But thank God I have Hercules. All that extra damage really made it a lot easier, just because Punisher on his own is an annoying defender, just because his specials are just block chip damage extravaganzas. Yeah, I mean, beyond these like first couple fights, the rest of them go like relatively quickly, and even if it goes like slowly, it's still relatively safe, because none of these nodes are like insanely difficult. And there is again me trying to go for a heavy because I thought it was a lot tighter than it was. But I don't know. Yeah, and then of course I hit block because I'm I don't know, muscle memory, just trying to bait stuff out. I run into their block, that's just how it goes sometimes. But brought the defenders, my attackers are just, your basic ones. Probably could have, you can bring really anyone for this path, it's just, can you deal with the defenders? If yes, then you're chilling, because these nodes are not that difficult anyway. Just make sure you can disarm their, punish their heavy, and then you're fine. But, I don't know. Moving away from the path itself, I don't know, I mean, like, it's been a while since I sat down to do one of these. Like, these videos I've had in my backlog since late October, early November. I've been finished with 8.1.2 forever. Like, at this point, I am fully Paragon. Well, I mean, I'm not Paragon because of this. I mean, this one only gave me one of my rank 4s, but Cyber Weekend went crazy, man. Got myself, well, I had the option to grab, my White Whale with Kitty Pride, but I opted to go for Strife instead out of that class Nexus that I got, just because, I need Strife for an Abyss run, for the Karena's challenge where you can only use mutants. Strife is probably the best option for that, and Kitty won't do much for me in that regard. Yeah, the Karena's challenge rewards aren't the best, but I want to at least attempt an Abyss run, because I've never actually done an Abyss before, and I figured why not try it. So right now I am currently at this moment, was it 12/6/2022? I am blowing my way through Act 7 in order to get that, base generic awakening gem and all those sig stones. So I'm gonna pump them all to Strife, so you can get that, persistent charge carryover between fights for his telepathic charges, which should, is how he ramps up, especially if I'm going to be using him in Abyss. been practicing with him for a little bit, but I still don't really know how to get his rotation down, but it's okay. I'm just gonna keep watching like videos and stuff, because why not? I want to get this Koreanist challenge done and out of the way by at least, I want to say at least January. Act 7 is gonna take some time, just because I'm not doing it like as fast as I did this. Like 8.1.2, I finished within like 2-3 days in a complete frenzy, just burning energy refills. Like you can see in some of these, videos, I'm just burning through energy like crazy. And some of that energy was even like put towards like revives, make sure I had enough, especially for when I got to 8.1.6, just because of fucking Cytalis, bro. Like, no matter how many times I did it, like, I'd always die at least 2-3 times. And, maybe I didn't need to use revives because the rest of my team could handle it, but still. I just prefer to use APOC, and I'd just revive him anyway, or just bring in both versions of APOC. Just because it was easier for me. And here's me once again forgetting that, punishing the heavy could be easier. I'm just an idiot. And that's how I die. Because I'm just an absolute idiot. Fighting Warlock has always been kind of an issue for me anyway. Never really understood how to stop that damage. I mean, I know it's like when you heal or whatever, so buffs, debuffs, whatever, but it's fine. It's really fine. So I can just take him out with Doom anyway. But I don't know. Like I'm debating whether I want to finish the rest of these videos anyway, purely because there's 20 more after this. Is what, 8.1.3 all the way through 8.1.6. Since I've already done one path in each in my initial completion video, I've got 5 more to go for each one. 5 times 4, yeah, that's 20. And do I want to sit here and talk for 20, especially for the Cytalis ones, because each one of those took upwards of half an hour to 40 minutes, 10-15 of which just being on Cytalis herself, just because her fight, yeah, it's easy, but it's just slow. That's when I ended up messing up. It's just because I like get bored and I just start like trying to do things a little bit faster, and I just mess up and like trigger the traps on myself or whatever, or I just get hit by her specials like an idiot. But I don't know. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it, because I want to at least have my Cyber Weekend video where I got my rank 4s up and got Paragon up before the new calendar starts, for the new month starts, and that's tomorrow. So do I want to put out 20 videos before then? Probably not. Should I just put it out and then do the rest of this later? I guess. But because this is just like a way for me to just speak. I know it's not like super engaging, but it's just, I don't know. Like the beginning, yeah, it's always just like 30-40 seconds of me talking about the path, because the paths themselves aren't even like difficult to begin with. Like that's why I really like 8.1 so much. It's just because it's almost like entirely straightforward, unless I just get backed into a corner by Warlock. But that's okay. That's just because I suck at fighting him. I don't know. It's just like stream of consciousness. I just kind of ramble for however long this footage takes, and I don't know. Is that really something that like needs to be done for the rest of these 20 more? Probably not. I think going forward, I don't know if I want to continue doing it, or if I want to just like opt for doing what I did for my initial completion, which is a more heavily edited version of the paths themselves, or the entire structure. Could be something I do, I don't know. I still have all the footage for the rest of them, but if I opt to not go for the rest of those 20, I could just delete them, and then just going forward for like when 8.2 comes out, because I know the beta came out, or I'm pretty sure the beta for it came out. I didn't get to try it, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I just remember seeing somewhere that the 8.2 beta came out for some, hell if I know what it's for, but I don't know. I'm debating, going back and forth in my head, because these videos, they take a while, obviously, because it's not only am I sitting here editing, putting together the border and the thumbnail and all that, I'm also like, having to speak for however long this thing takes. So, and yeah, I can do that. It's fine, but I don't even know if I want to. I am just, I don't know. The reason this has been taking so long to get out anyway, in the first place, is just because, you know, after November started to go and get deeper into, Thanksgiving, into, the holiday breaks, and, now final season, right into Christmas. I don't have a lot of, like, free time, considering, I have all these final projects, all these, like, things to study for, the last, like, midterms and exams. And I'm a growing college boy. I don't have the time to do all this that I would like to do. And so I think I'd rather be focusing on, like, heavily edited videos that are more, that cover more content in less time, as a way to, expedite my own little process here, and make myself, not go insane as I am putting together months of footage, or not months, days of footage, like these paths are. So maybe going forward for 8.2, I'll try that out, but because, like, just give a little brief introduction and then go into what the path looks like itself in a more of style reminiscent of the one I did before, purely because I've made a lot of progress since this footage was recorded, and not a lot of it has been documented in the way that I would like to have it documented, because these paths were done so quickly that there's almost no difference. My teams are mostly the same. Like, you'll see, like, even in the past, 10 videos, I should say. No, is it 10? 5 times, yeah, 10 videos. My team's mostly been relatively consistent. When I need anything else, like, I'll have the other guys, but I won't use them as much. Like, my main, my main people, my go-tos are probably Nick Fury, Doom, and Hercules, and Apocalypse too. And Apocalypse comes with Cable. Most of the time I'll bring Immortal Hulk with Hercules, just because it makes his ramp up easier. And Doom comes with Mr. Fantastic sometimes, just for that extra damage on those armor breaks. And Mr. Fantastic's good on his own, right? But, and like, when I need a cosmic, like Angela, I'll bring Odin, of course. But there's not a lot of variety, and I have a lot more champions now than I did before, all ranked up, just because, well, Cyber Weekend went crazy, the rewards from finishing Act 8.1 went crazy. There's been 2 whole EOPs finished since I got these done. So I got a lot of juicy rewards out of those too. A lot of rank up materials, and a lot more new champions. Like, I got my Strife. I got my Archangel up. Finally, my 6-star version, up and running. He's now fully exactly where he needs to be in terms of Sig Stones, and he's rank 3. I got Moo Man. I got the Rintra, right, and all this other stuff that, like, probably would not have been possible had I done this, but I don't know if I want to keep talking for these half an hour's segments. And yeah, it's just a reason for me to, like, have my own little podcast, but what good is it if it's so far in the past? I'm just talking over footage that it's not really relevant to my state of the game anymore, and that's fine. That's okay, right? I've been doing this for past couple weeks, and, like, yeah, nothing has really changed in my state of the game. But these past few weeks, especially with the conclusion of the reliquary, right, I've been so much faster in this. Like, all of this stuff has been happening so much easier, so much quicker. And this is probably going to be the final one I do like this. Maybe I'll come back to another one if I come back to if I end up doing something like this again, where I just go through entire completion. But I think I'm gonna be releasing the videos as I finish the pass. That way it's not as daunting, because having to do 20 videos before tomorrow is not something that I'm looking forward to, not something I want to do. And yeah, I could space it out, but my plan was originally to have all this done so I could release that Paragon video, because I figured I'd be saving units for Cyber Weekend anyway, and I'd probably have Paragon by then. And I do. Those units went to good use, and I am really happy with the rank ups that I made and the champions that I got. However, it's not really reflective of these paths, right? This is essentially just, you can call it, like, old news, right? And as you can see, like, if you've been watching the footage, this is about when I figured out how easy the heavy window is. But I don't know, man. There's just a lot going on in my life right now. I'm not sure if I want to do it this way, And yeah, I feel like a broken record, but it's just kind of me just going back and forth in my head. Do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? And I think I'm leaning towards more of, I think I'm gonna end it at here, because this is my final path of 8.1.2, and have the rest of the 20 just kind of waste away in my Google Drive for the rest of eternity, just because I see no need for them to be used. It's not like I'm making these as like in like the guide format where like I'm teaching people how to fight these people, because this is not difficult enough for me to warrant like talking about the fights themselves every time, because it's whatever. Like Professor X is so simple. Literally just watch out for his falter, and that is it. He will be channeling after every special. It's easy punishes. Like that's what I'd be saying, right? It's so stupid. Like what is there to say about fighting Professor X? It's not like it's difficult. And these nodes aren't difficult. Nothing to write home about. And thank God they're not. Could you imagine if it was like Act 6 all over again? God, Act 6 was so bad. Even I was stumped on some of the node combos for Act 6. I just go in there and be like, damn, what the hell do I bring? And I'd be halfway through and I'd be fighting a defender, and that like would completely counter all the nodes I was used to fighting, right? Or completely counter everything I knew, right? And then I would just be dead. I'd be like, damn, well now I gotta revive. Doesn't really happen in 8.1 as much. 8.1, relatively simple. Even Act 7 was like relatively simple in terms of like just not having bullshit nodes. It's just like, can you figure out what we're trying to go for here? Do you have the combo? Do you have the combo counter, or do you have something that works slightly less good but still would be effective, right? And Act 8's following the similar path, and I love that, because that means that I don't have to focus quite as much on my fights. I can focus more on just talking about whatever I want to, or listening to the music that I'm playing while I'm doing this, because of course I'm listening to music, right? It's these doing this all in one sitting was not like an easy thing to do, especially if I had no music in the background to keep me going, keep me sane. I would have lost my damn mind. I'll tell you that much right now. And look at that, Hulk's about to die. Isn't that just so sad? He's about to eat shit. But what can I really say beyond that? It's like, I only have so much to talk about, especially if I'm doing this all in one day. There's no life stories. There's no anything, right? My life as of late has literally just been, go to school, go to work, or go to work and then go to school. And then come back and then do homework, study for my quizzes, my tests, my exams. Final season fucking sucks, bro. And what little time I have had, I've been spending on, keeping myself intact rather than focusing on putting these things out, because I don't want it to feel like work. It shouldn't feel like work, especially because I have, no audience right now? I'm just making them for you. And that's all that I really care about, because I'm doing this for fun. And if you're happy with it, then I'm happy with it, But, I've moved on to bigger and better things things are more exciting, especially with the upcoming videos I have planned, ones that are more recent in terms of like how close to this date that the footage was recorded, stuff that's more relevant to my state of whatever game it is, because I got Marvel Snap today, and that game is fucking addicting. I am a god in that game. I've lost once, and it was still a motherfucker named Death. Of course I lost. I had no chance of winning. It's not even that, bro. I literally just got RNG'd, bro. Full hand of rocks. What was I supposed to do? But every other match has been a complete blowout. I've had one close match, but I still won. The game's fun. I'm not gonna lie. And then in this game, I've just been prepping, and I can't believe I didn't get that heavy. And come on, pass stray. What are you doing? But I've been prepping for this next month with Mantis coming out. I'm excited for her. She looks fun as hell, and if I can get her, that's even better. She'll be my new kitty pride. Just continually opening shit just in hopes of getting her and never actually obtaining her. I mean, I had the chance to out of that class crystal, but I figured I gotta pick up Strife now, because I might never see him again either. Because I've been looking for Strife longer than I've been looking for Kitty. but I don't know. Then the other class crystal opened up had shit, and it didn't, like, the first one I opened had like all the god tier mutants. It was like Apoc, Strife, Kitty, you know, Professor X, and then Archangel, Cable, or whatever. And the second one had like fucking both Cyclopses, Storm, and like fucking Beast. Absolute shit. So of course I just grabbed Storm. She's the best one of the bunch. But I haven't ranked her up. Haven't even touched her. Don't even know if I ever will. Yeah, because she's a damage dealer, and I have enough of those. The mutant class is so saturated, and I mean, I love that. Of course I do, but I don't know. I have the mutants I want ranked up already. You know, Archangel. I did get a 6-star Colossus not too long ago, actually. Definitely before Cyber Weekend, but I don't remember when. Probably have some crystal, but once he gets awakened, I'm probably gonna rank him up too. But until then, I use the 5-star because they do the same thing. It's just a difference in damage on their special too, and whatever. It's just that's just how long the fights are gonna take. And Colossus gets so beefy anyway; it doesn't really matter. So what I would like to get as a 6-star would probably be Eye Bomb too. He'd be fucking crazy. Because I've been using him less and less the more 5-stars have kind of fallen out of favor. Like, he's fantastic for fighting this War Machine, don't get me wrong, but he just doesn't really have much use anymore outside of, like, you know, poison nodes where I just absolutely have no other options because none of my 6-stars can really inflict poison. I did get Diablo pretty recently out of a dual class 6-star crystal. Because I'm finally in a place of the game where I can open those. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, literally 2 months ago, I was a shitty little Thronebreaker just dreaming of Paragon, and now here I am getting enough 6-star shards to open up a crystal every fucking day. I love it. I love it so much. The progression of this game goes crazy, but I don't know. Thank God for Cyber Weekend, because my luck was insane for that. And if not for it, I would probably still be in the same position I was when I was recording these videos. So I am grateful to that, and I am, of course, you know, it took a lot of work to get all this, you know, all these paths done and whatever, but yeah, I'm probably not going to record probably not going to record any of the other ones, just because each one would just take too long, and I don't have that motivation, I don't have that, you know, that drive to do it. So I think it's a good stopping point to end at the end of a quest chapter. Would it be a chapter? It's Act 8, Chapter 1. No, end of a quest. Finishing all of them would be the chapter, but it's okay. I don't really see the need. I've got other things I want to work on, because I've been recording some of my matches for Marvel Snap, and because they've been going absolutely crazy. I've been dominating the fucking field, and you know, my Grand Arenas season starting up again soon. I didn't record any of the 3v3 shit that I was streaming because fuck 3v3. That's all I gotta say. I had that one video where I was taking down that Kylo Ren with Starkiller, which was nice. Don't get me wrong, that was a fucking fun battle. But beyond that, my 3v3 experience was shit. I got demoted twice, promoted once, demoted again, promoted again, demoted again. It's just win loss, win loss, win loss. It was so I didn't even care anymore. And that season during Thanksgiving, oh my god, I didn't even log in half the time. I would just play a battle on auto and then like leave it for the rest of them, give my opponent a free win just because I didn't care. And then of course my dumbass dies when the guy's at 2%. But thank God for reverberation. Am I right? I don't know. Yeah, I am just gonna end it here though. It's been run.